Good evening and welcome to the Channel Studios here in London with your international news around the world in 5. At least 25 people have died and many more are missing after flooding and landslides hit large parts of China in what's thought to have been the heaviest rainfall there for hundreds of years. About 200,000 residents were evacuated as torrential rain lashed China's central province of Henan. Roads have been turned into rivers with cars and debris swept along in fast-moving currents. This the miraculous footage of a man trapped by the rushing waters outside his car. And here, what was once a subway tunnel, now a torrential river. People walking from the train literally just keeping their heads above water. Several dams and reservoirs have breached warning levels and rivers have burst their banks. President Xi Jinping has ordered the deployment of the People's Liberation Army and said that authorities must prioritise people's safety. France will double the number of police patrolling its beaches as part of a deal with the UK to try and stop the number of migrants crossing the English Channel. It comes as the number of people crossing the Channel this year has now overtaken 2020's total. The UK will pay more than £54 million as part of the deal, which will also improve intelligence sharing. The funding will also be used for better technology to target those who organise the crossings. The new agreement will come into force in the coming days. The Australian economy is set to suffer further as 13 million people, about half the entire population, endure fresh lockdowns to contain COVID-19 outbreaks.
We need more time.
A third state, South Australia, joined Victoria and parts of New South Wales in lockdowns. Australia's two biggest cities, Sydney and Melbourne, are among places facing uncertainty over when to reopen. Fewer than 14% of Australians are vaccinated. Meanwhile, Brisbane will host the 2032 Olympic and Paralympic Games after being approved by the International Olympic Committee.
I award it to Brisbane.
It will be the third time Australia has hosted the Olympics after Melbourne in 1956 and Sydney in 2000.
Australia.
The announcement was greeted with cheers from Brisbane delegates at the IOC session in Tokyo, while fireworks were set off in celebration. A billionaire ally of Donald Trump, who chaired the former president's inaugural committee in 2016, has been arrested on foreign lobbying charges. Thomas Barrack was charged in a federal court in New York with 7 counts of unlawful efforts to advance the interests of the United Arab Emirates. Barrack and 2 other defendants are accused of failing to register as lobbyists and using their power to influence policy. The Canadian province of British Columbia has declared a state of emergency amid a surge in wildfires that have forced hundreds of people from their homes. A wildfire tracker shows that 299 blazes are actively burning across the state, including 18 which have sparked during the past 2 days. The state of emergency will last for at least 14 days and can be extended. The wildfires in the western US and Canada are sending smoke eastward, worsening air quality and reducing visibility in major cities. Tanzania's main opposition party, Chadema, has said its leader and other members have been arrested before a planned conference to demand constitutional reforms. Freeman Mbowe and 10 Chadema members were rounded up in the northwestern port city of Mwanza. Officials from Tanzania's main opposition party say they have not been able to establish where Mr. Mbowe is being held. Police confirmed the arrests were on suspicion of inciting unauthorized assembly. And finally, the city of Alexandria in Egypt has opened its first ever disability-friendly beach. The beach is equipped with a wooden platform that extends all the way to the water, aid workers that assist visitors, special chairs and a rescue team with an ambulance on standby. The initiative is also meant to encourage inclusivity, making public venues more accessible to everyone. And that's your international news around the world in 5. Now back to the Channel Studios in Lagos.